Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Yard Shack. Today I got a drawing. I'm going to show you how to draw the leaves on a tree. So I have a few videos of how I draw them, but this time I want to go into quite a bit of depth on how exactly I do it. So, the way I actually draw leaves, I know I've probably said this in a couple of videos before, but I never actually draw leaves, surprisingly or not. Um, so instead of drawing a leaf, the typical leaf style, like this down here, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I got the one, typical leaf like this. Something like that. Drawing that over and over and over would make an awesome drawing, but it would just take um, a long time. So that's why I don't do that. Instead, I do a process called negative drawing, which is where I draw in all the details around the leaves, but don't actually draw the leaves themselves. But at the end result, it takes the form of a bushel of leaves. So less chatter, and I'll get right to it and show you exactly what I mean. So for this first layer of leaves, you're gonna really find that having a range of pencils will help you. So as you can see, my pencils are kind of getting a little bit worn down here. Okay, so I'm just fumbling through all my pencils. Okay, here we go. So if you have these three pencils, you'll be fine. You'll need a 2H, a B, and a 2B. If you just have one, like a 2B school pencil, you'll be alright, but it just may require a little more careful work on your part. What I mean by that is you gotta be careful with the tones that you put down. If you go too dark too quickly, it's gonna be a little bit funny looking. So I'm just sharpening my pencil up. There we go. Alright, and then I use this little piece here that when I have a short pencil, it pretty much brings it back to the a good length so that I can use the pencil a lot better, so that makes it easy. Okay, so right here I have a basic tree drawing, just very bare, like a winter scene. But let's turn this into a tree with a bunch of leaves on it. Make it very lush. So the first step is with a 2H pencil. If I can stop putting marks down on the page, I go ADD over all that. Okay, so for this, you gotta start out with the underhand grip. So that's where so instead of, with the regular writing hand, you want to grip it with your two fingers up here and then hold it underneath your hand so that the whole pencil is underneath your hand like this. And then where you have all your branches, you just want to make small circular strokes just like this. And I know it kind of seems, like that doesn't look like leaves, but just wait. If you do this enough and then go back into it with those different tones of pencils and give it some depth and shadow, believe me, it'll look really cool. So you do this to all the branches that you have coming out, all the little twigs. Oh, and here's a really good tip. You want to leave some of these branches in, so like you can bring some of these branches back out. You want to see some of them coming through the leaves. It's going to help to make it look a lot more believable. So this one, I'll bring it down a little bit more. Also, holding the pencil on the side like this, it creates a lot of interesting texture, and that's what I've been really getting into lately is texture drawings. Trying to create different varieties of different techniques that you can do that will create different textures that help to create or like mimic real life objects, or how they look in real life. Okay. So as you can see, I'm working pretty quickly here. I'm just trying to get the quick details in, because this layer doesn't really matter too much. I'm not worried about this layer of the drawing. It's just the light one. I'm going to be going over this a couple times. You're also going to find as you're going that you may need more branches here and there. Like you may need to add more leaves if the tree looks a little bare. So you'll figure all those problem areas out as you go. You see, like right here, I got a big bushel of leaves going on here, and later on I'll be able to add in detail and decipher what which leaves go where. You can see how quickly I'm just putting in this detail. That's really what I like to do with these, is just to make quick details. You can always go back in later and redefine what you've done to make it look more sharp. Just as a side note, this video is probably going to be a little bit lengthy, so hopefully you guys all sit through the length of the video. This is, I think, is one of my I haven't done a video like this in a while where I actually do something in real time, especially with all the new stuff that I've got, with the new microphone and everything. What actually works out is I picked up a webcam with my microphone, because I was planning to use the microphone along with video, and with my old video camera I would not be able to use the microphone, the new one that I got, with it. So I was just thinking, how could I possibly make videos, if I want to make them live like this, but how could I do it with my new microphone? That sounds great. And then I was like, I should probably just get a webcam, it'd probably be cheaper, and in which case it was. So I picked that up, and I think it was a pretty good investment. So I'm able to do that. So this way I can draw in real time like this, because a lot of times doing videos like this is the best way to enable viewers to really see and understand what you're doing with the whole real-time aspect of it. You don't have to watch a video that's going 9,000 miles an hour and pause it every millisecond that's going on. So I try to make my videos a little bit longer. Even the ones that are sped up, I make them a bit longer just so that it's easier to follow. Okay, so here's the first layer that I got. So you can see that the leaves are taking shape. So with that being said, I'm going to switch to a B pencil, which is a bit darker than the 2H. And with this, I'm going to go back more closer to the bigger branches of the trees and make them darker, just to start showing some volume within these. And then where it gets thinner out here, where it's lighter, you want to keep that. You really want to preserve those tones, because that will show you that the leaves get kind of spread out as they get further and further out. And I'm doing the same exact thing as I did before. I'm just going over it with the same pencil motion, the circular motion, just creating tone. And like I said, all this is doing is help to create more depth within the leaves, just to show that there's big piles of them on the trees, because it's spring. And surprisingly, for any of you that don't know, I live in New Jersey, and it's been ridiculously warm the past few weeks. We still have had a couple of cold days here and there, but this week it's been in the mid 70s, which is unheard of in March. So it's kind of weird, but I keep saying that we're gonna have all the leaves back, and all the the plants are gonna bloom. And watch, in April we're gonna see a snowstorm, and we're gonna get like 4 inches of snow on all the leaves on the trees, and we're gonna see them all fall down like we did on Halloween. We got a really, really bad storm on Halloween. All the leaves were still green on the trees here because it was pretty mild. And we got a snowstorm with about 4 inches of wet snow, and we lost power for about 65 hours here where I am. So that wasn't fun. But it's interesting because you could walk outside and all you hear is just crackling everywhere. You can look outside and watch your neighbor's tree fall over. It was weird, like just totally bizarre. And now I'm afraid that with all the leaves blooming again, there's a chance. You never know. We've been getting all this weird weather. It may happen again. You don't know. So that's just some of the weird weather we've been seeing up and around here. But you know what? I'm not going to complain, because the nice weather it's really, really nice not to have that wicked cold. We've had some really cold days, and luckily not a lot of snow, but it's still been pretty cold. So we've been pretty fortunate, and now with the weather the way it is, it's just nice to get out. And remember what I said in one of my earlier videos. I asked if you guys would like to see me go out and draw, and a lot of you were very, very had very positive comments for that, which kind of got me pumped. But back when I released that video, it was still in the 30s every day, so there wasn't any chance of me going out and doing that. That would just be too cold. But with it getting warm like this, all I gotta do is wait for a free day where I can actually go out and do something, which would be really nice to do. And so actually right here I'm going to add a little bit more. And you can really see that this is starting to really take shape here. It just takes a little time, that's all. And don't worry, if you guys ever mess up here at all, you can always go back to the other pencil and add more wherever you see fit. Say you want to add more leaves up here, go for it. And another cool little trick is to erase out parts of the tree trunk here, and then go back in. It's going to make it seem as if there is no tree there, and the leaves are fully taking over what's going on right there. Yeah, you can go back in with the other one, make it a little darker. You got something like that. Pretty cool, huh? Alright. So with the last pencil, all it is, it's just going to be just darkening the last of the tones here, and you're not darkening in much. You're just going into pinpoint areas and just doing a little bit. Something just like that. And then you can always go back in, say over here, add in a branch or two. That's, they could be dead branches and they don't have any leaves on them, kind of like I added up here. So the only thing that's left to do really is just take the pencil and go back in and add in some leaves here and there. But there isn't too much left to do. If you made it this far, I'm telling you, you did great. And if you take this basic lesson and incorporate it into an entire tree, I know a lot of you have seen this, but I'll show you. Just give me 1 second here. Gotta find it. It's in here somewhere. There it is. You'll get something a bit more like this. This drawing, it took me a very long time to make. Unfortunately, I didn't record this one, but I did record this one. I'll put an annotation to this video. You can go ahead and watch that. It's a two-parter. First part I draw the tree, and then the second part I draw the grass, the fence, and the background. But coming back to this one, I spent probably around 3-4 hours drawing this. Took me a long time to make. And it's the reason why is if you take a look at the grass here, it's all texture. So that's the reason why it takes so long. But you know what? It's absolutely worth it. And if you have the time and patience, it's worth sitting down and doing that. So here's back to the drawing that I just did. So there's not too much more to do with this. It's just a matter of taking this and applying it to every other area to the tree. The same rules apply. And that's pretty much how I would draw leaves. So like I said, it's not really drawing leaves, it's just drawing a texture that just happens to look like leaves, which is much easier to do. And in my opinion, I think it looks quite a bit better, because instead of sitting there and drawing every single leaf, you put a little bit more of an artistic aspect into it. Alright, so I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna put everything down and I'm gonna stop right here. So I hope you all learned from this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and comment, please. Tell me what you liked about it and what else you'd like to possibly see. Without your input, I don't know what to make. So please tell me what you'd like to see. Alright everyone, I will see you all later. Take care.